All right, let's set up a couple of trade plans. And as usual, I'm going to be talking about the discipline, developing discipline. Every one of these posts since post one has been about the trade plan rather than the trade or trying to be right or make a good market call or avoid being wrong. This is about developing discipline and consistency through trade planning, knowing exactly what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, all ahead of time, planning it out, and then executing. And then I've just been demonstrating that. Now, discipline, right? How do you practice discipline? You practice discipline by doing discipline. A discipline is something that doesn't come naturally to you, right? You have an impulse not to do it, screaming at you, this is wrong. So it takes a little bit of going against your impulses to do a discipline. Now, a full blown trading plan is going to have several pieces and it can get easily overwhelming. So, what I'm saying is maybe you should tackle it in pieces and stages if it's overwhelming to you. So, a trading plan is going to have a method, right? You're going to have a setup you use. Are you using an objective setup or are you using something that's, kind of abstract and you like it when you feel like it and blah, blah, blah? It's going to have method rules. It's going to have entry rules, when to enter, how to enter. It's going to have stop rules. It's going to have management rules. It's going to have exit rules. That's a whole lot of rules to be doing in one shot as, your emotions are tugging you around. So what you can do is take it in stages. Right? And everybody will have an issue in some area here. Some people have trouble with the entries and they chase the market. And so if you're overwhelmed doing the whole thing in one shot, say you have problems with entries, right? You come over here and your method calls for you to put an order down here and the bar takes off and you just keep chasing it no matter what. Well, then you just work on entries for a while. Do some sim trading and don't worry about the rest of these rules. Just work on doing the perfect entry. Same thing with stops. Some people, they won't put a stop in or they'll move your stop. Work on it until you can master stops, right? And then one at a time. I know it takes some time like this, but either way, wherever you go, there you are. You're gonna bring your undisciplined self to any new method that you think is going to be the new thing. So you can break this down. Most people have problems with management and exit. You can get this far, but once the thing starts going in your favor, like, let's see, our last trade, right? Once it starts going in your favor, you're entered and, you start freaking out a little bit. You want to collect money, especially if you had a few losses. You're worried it's not going to hit you. Your last one didn't go that high. You're going for 6R. And so you got a lot of time to think. And so you just practice on doing perfect exits. Even if it gets a penny within your exit, if it doesn't hit it, you trail. Right? And so that's how you handle that. Just do these one at a time. So with these plans, I'm just demonstrating all this stuff I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and make a plan and then follow it. And you can follow every trade. It's planned ahead live. And I update it every time there's something to move. So again, this isn't about the method. I'm just trading a swing. Here's my analysis. The market's going up. It pulled back. I'm trying to hop on a swing with structuring my risk. That's all. So I know where I'm going to get in. I'm going to get in at 1411. I've broken the reaction leg down into 25%. So I'm going to get in at 1411. Nothing special about that. All right, stop. I know exactly where I'm going to put my stop. It's part of my plan, 1355. Shares. Now this is part of the documenting. So I keep a spreadsheet over here as part of my documentation, right? Here's the date, TME, long, 1411, stop. Looks like I'm going to need 893 shares, target of this, management 6R. And if the trade triggers, it then goes into the portfolio. These are our previous trades. All right, so this is part of your documentation. It can seem, even this is a discipline, documenting. So, you just tackle it as you go and do it. The impulse says don't do it. The more you go against the impulse, the less that impulse bothers you in the future. All right, so shares, I know I'm going to do 893. Target, I know it's going to be 6R, which is 17.47. And my position size, we've talked about before, right? I know everything ahead of time. 0.5% per trade, $500. I could blow all 30 trades, and it's not going to hurt me very badly. Much of trading is about your risk control. All right, and then you just get the order ready to fire off. And we'll use the risk reward tool here. Enter there, boom, boom, somewhere around there. Create a limit order. Just tighten this up a little bit. 1411, 55. We want an even 500. And we should come up with 800, it's rounded. So I'll change this to 892. And the target, 1747. All right, orders away. So we'll just change that guy to 892. And part of my method is if we get a close above the high before I enter, I'll cancel the trade. All right. And, taking earnings into consideration, these guys have earnings somewhere around 813. We get a few days before earnings, we'll cancel it if we're not filled. All right, so that's it. Then you take a snapshot as part of your documentation. Easy enough. So easy, we got time, put on another one. Let's put on, let's see, ERJ. I like ERJ. Let's put on something a little closer so see if we can get filled. Coin. All right, coin's looking good. All right, same thing, swinging up. Let's make a plan. This one's a little different. It already hit this entry, but I have a secondary entry I use. It's part of the method. So again, I know exactly how I'm going to enter. I'm going to enter at 50% here with a limit order, 239.21. Know exactly where I'm putting a stop. I'm going to go in 25%, 217.07. Okay, I got the wrong template on here. I got to use the template for this kind of entry. Hang on. And you got to get used to all these quirky things. All right, so entry 239.21. So notice I'm not spending a whole lot of time worrying about being right or wrong about the trade itself or what coin does or what the Fed's doing. This whole exercise is about developing discipline. If you don't have that, you'll consistently mess things up. All right, so now it's about just documenting it. I know exactly where I'm going to enter here. I know exactly where I'm going to put a stop here. I know all the rules ahead of time. I know that at 3 to 1, I'm going to start trailing by 2R and I'll exit at 6R. So the rest is just putting it in the system, which is also a discipline, like I said. It's not exciting. This way you always have records in multiple places. 239.21. And to stop at 217.07. That's going to give me 23 shares, risking 22 points, 6 to 1 target here. So we'll just finish filling out this plan. $23 shares. Target of 372.05. And let's do our orders. Long position. So we're going to enter here with a limit order. We're going to put a stop here. Create the order. Tighten it up. You want 239.21. And we want 217.07 for a stop. And we want this to be 500 smackers. It's going to give us 22, rounded up 23 shares. We'll put this for a month. It's a buy limit order. And off we go. Let's check this order. Don't think I got the target set because I didn't stretch my risk reward out, did I? So you always got to double check stuff. So if I come over here and modify the order, I want to modify the targets. I already know where I'm going for. 372.05. All right, that's better. So this guy's reaching up yonder. And then we'll double check everything, but everything's set here. All right, that's it. Make a plan. Know what you're going to do ahead of time. And then do what you said you're going to do. And step into it. Let's put a step into it one piece at a time as you're ready to. You don't have to do it all at once if you don't have to. Master one thing at a time if you need to do it that way, okay? All right, that's a wrap.